Hey guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations. I'm Inga. This reading is for Aries. This is for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus for the month of August. If you guys just found the channel, thank you for finding me. Thank you for watching. If you're returning, thank you so much for your support. I do appreciate it. I just hit 5,000 subscribers, so it's like great to be appreciated. And if you do appreciate the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. We have to say that in the videos, guys, so don't beat me up too hard for that. And hit the like and share if you like the video. So this is for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Full disclosure, I have an Aries Moon. So I'm always curious about the readings. I've already shuffled and saged the cards. And if I cough, I have a sage fan blowing on me. So sorry for that noise in the background. This is for an Aries for the month of August 2019. What does Aries need to know? We're starting off with Major Arcana Temperance. So I already think that August is going to be a big month for Aries. This will be a very important month. When I was pre-shuffling Major Arcana, the Star came out for Aries. So this is already letting me know that something's up with Aries in terms of, I would say, a major life shift or a shift in their mental paradigm. I also was getting some energy for Aries, like take no prisoner approach. I'm not sure if someone is behaving like this with Aries or if Aries is behaving like this with other people. But with this major arcana temperance here, it seems that they should be feeling quite balanced and satisfied. And there is some degree of this type of stability in their life, or that they marked a turning point in their life, but they're still working with the energy. I have to move the stage, guys. Sorry. This is looking like I think I'm about to have a fire. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, Aries. I think we got it. I think we do have it here, guys. Let me put that over there. My goodness, it's trying to catch on fire. So what is that about? Let's get back into this. Sorry, guys. This is also an element. I'm getting some information that someone is trying to force Aries to adapt to their way of being. This feels like it could be heavily involved with a work situation, that they're having to adapt to new work policies, reorganization at work, which is upsetting the balance of things in a way for them because it's not what they're used to. So they can be dealing with some changes like this in this major arcana temperance. What else do we have for the month of August? Then we're going to do more specific for love and money. This is a general view of August for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We have the Five of Cups. So once again, here you go. What was the case is changing. Those Three of Cups, this is what was the situation, what was the case. Now we have the Two of Cups being manipulated by Temperance. Something that the Aries knows is being changed or manipulated, which is causing them to have a change in their way of thinking, a change in their belief system, a change in their way of doing work. It could be also having to go train for something that they did not want to do, that they don't feel that they need to do. There's also a type of, I have to say it, a little bit of arrogance. Someone explaining something to them that they already know, and the Aries being quite annoyed by it. It can also be something like this. Look at that. Major Arcana. The Lovers now. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August 2019. They're being forced into some type of a change that they don't really want to deal with. And while it should seem that they have a choice, they don't really have a choice. Aries is dealing with being pushed in a direction or moved in a direction that they don't want to be into. They're happy with how things are with Major Arcana Temperance. They're happy with how things have developed. Why are we going to change it? If it's not fixed, if it's what? If it's not broken, why does it need to be fixed? If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. If it's working, why do we got to change it? Now, that could be a relationship. That could also be at work. If it's already working, if it already is going well, why are you changing it? Are you trying to change this just to change it? Just to try to make yourself look big? Just try to make yourself look important? Just to try to make yourself look like you came here and you did something? Or are you changing this because it's really going to be beneficial to all of us? This is what I hear. So therefore, the Aries is rebelling and saying, I don't know why we really got to do this. But the funny thing is they're not speaking out like an Aries normally would. They're not fighting the system. They're not speaking it out in the open. They're more doing it behind the scenes if it's at work or with colleagues. Um, they're doing it in a very clever way, in a very measured way, almost to try to cause a dissent in the ranks or what is it, mutiny. Mutiny. Aries. This is look at that. That's the mutiny. We have the Page of Cups. Mutiny. They're being very clever about this. Now, this could also be if this is relationships with others in their family, whether that's friends, whether that's lover, husband, spouse, or kids. It's the same type of thing. They're working. Um, they could be working at cross purposes with someone, even with someone that they're close to, saying that they're doing something in the Major Arcana Temperance, but not doing it. Uh, and in the Five of Cups, a person sees that they didn't do what they said that they would do, and then they will explain why they didn't do what they said that they were going to do. Then they'll explain it, but they're not going to come right out and say it, and they're not going to come right out and cause um, any type of a major disagreement. With the Major Arcana, the Lovers, the Aries, you're coming off as looking very diplomatic. That's what's going on in the Major Arcana, the Lovers. By not just coming flat out and saying, I think it's a bad idea. I think you suck. You can go straight to you know where. You're doing it in a very clever way. Oh, let me think about it. Let's talk about it later. Let's see how this plays out. Let's give it time. Let's take a step-by-step approach. When you've already said, I'm not doing that. This is a crappy idea. This is a crappy plan. Again, that could be at work or that could be in a relationship. Now, let's try to see how this could be. I think it's just something else with this. Someone coming back to their Aries, trying to reconnect with them, feels more like a friend and like a lover. And again, the Aries thinks it's a bad idea to be re-involved or re-engaged with this person. But they're not going to come right out and say it. So if you're trying to get back together or get back in the life of Aries, you have to be really careful because they're not going to tell you right out that it's a bad idea or that they're not interested or that they don't want you to be a part of their life. They might take your courting, they might take your accolades, they might take even your gifts, but their heart won't be in it. They're not really interested in trying to re-engage people from their past. Even if the Aries is the one who was wrong and someone is coming back to them and making an apology. You guys, I told you I'm sitting by the back door and I have all manners of little beasts that come in. I have something crawling on the wall. So you guys just give me a minute to fix this. Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry. where were we? We were trying to say that even though the Aries can be at fault in this bust up, or in this disagreement, or in this dissolution of a friendship, dissolution of a job, doesn't matter. Um, the person comes to them to try to reconnect. Uh, like they say they're sorry. They expect the Aries to say they're sorry, and the Aries is not going to say it. In that case, they're not. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, it's okay. No problem. It's all in the past. It's all behind us. And oddly enough, this sign of weakness towards the Aries will be taken just as that, as a sign of weakness, because they know what they did wrong. They know that they were, in fact, could have been the person at fault, but somebody else comes to them and they're like, oh, I'm sorry. And they know that they're not really due that apology. Something like that tied up in there. I don't know what that's all about, guys, but that's what came through on here for temperance, for the Five of Cups, for Major Arcana, the Lovers, and for the Page of Cups. So I'm going to go ahead and pick these up, and now we're going to start I want to say the perfect part of the reading, which is an odd way to phrase it. I don't know what that's about. So what can Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus expect? What can they expect for their love life in the month of August? Let's see here. Aries for the month of August, what can they expect? For those Aries that are in fixed relationships, start with fixed. We have Major Arcana, the High Priestess. We have Major Arcana, the Fool. And we have the Eight of Cups. So those of you in a fixed relationship with Aries, or Aries in a fixed relationship, it looks like all hell is breaking loose. All hell breaks loose. I'm not sure if it's bad though. That's the part where I'm a little bit confused about. All hell is breaking loose. What does this mean? All hell breaks loose. It could just be a crazy bust up of a month with a lot of stuff going on, a lot of visitors. Could be a lot of ignition, fights, but that they cool down quickly. Arguments, but that they cool down quickly. It could be something like this, but all hell breaks loose in August. All hell breaks loose. What does that mean? Yeah, so back to this work situation. If the Aries is frustrated at work, they can just quit their job. And then they come home to their spouse and they're like, you know what, baby, I quit my job today. And it's like, you what? You what? I had it. I couldn't put up with it anymore. Surprise to the partner. Major Arcana, the High Priestess. What? Major Arcana, the Fool. I thought that you were happy. You never said, because remember, they keep it quiet. You never said that things were that bad. Were things that bad? Oh, this and this happened. I walked out on my job. But the interesting part of this is that somehow they're a cat that lands back down on their feet. So they can just walk away from something, but they land on their feet. That's what I see there. So back to relationship, all hell breaks loose. What does that mean? We have, remember we said land back on your feet. We have the Nine of Pentacles. All breaks loose. And we have Major Arcana. Strength. So this is really interesting. Okay, so how it relates to a relationship, I see a quick change, but it has more to do with money or work. Aries' partner could also do the same thing, quit their job, but somehow something else has landed up. They land on their feet. they make a quick recovery. They don't have a lack of cash. They don't have a lack of money. They don't have a lack of comfort. They still have the comfort. They still have the resources. Just keep going. I don't know that that means that you have savings so it covers the cost while you look for another job, or unemployment benefits. I don't know. But overall, for those of you in a fixed relationship or Aries in a fixed relationship in August, it looks eventful, if not a bit crazy, but overall quite positive. You're not going to lack for anything or be too worried about anything. Even if you do something like that, like you just walk out suddenly on your job. So for Aries who are new in a partnership, new in a relationship, new Aries partnership relationship, where are we? We have major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm getting a message that overall for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the month of August, there's a lot of positive events or positive changes, regardless if you're in a relationship, regardless if you're being rebellious and fighting the system. It's almost like Aries can't go too far wrong. They got a lot of leeway. They got a lot of leeway. We have the Five of Swords now. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Swords. What the heck? In new relationships? So if the Aries is wondering if the person that they're interested in really does like them, even though they might be playing some kind of games or head games or mind games, they do like you. They're just trying to wait it out and see what your uh, level of dedication to them is. You will have to prove yourself to them, especially if they've watched you for a while or they've known you for a while. Even if they come in a new relationship, if they've been watching you and observing you, they've seen your ways. This is someone who knows how Aries is. They've been watching and observing. So they're going to really make you show your true intentions towards them, who you are, what you want from them, what you're going to do for them. They will be making demands on the Aries and expecting you to deliver. They're not going to say, but this will be. They're not going to. They're not going to just take what you say at face value. I wanted to complete that thought. Now, the next thing for Aries, that this is something trying to come through about the Ace of Swords. This will be enticing for the Aries in that they have a challenge. This this challenge that this person forces you to prove your mettle will be good for you for whatever reason. I don't know why, if it will be that you actually stay with this person or that they force you to grow up. They force you to be a man or a woman of your word. They force a type of maturity out of Aries. What do we have here? We have major arcana, the call. This is so crazy. On top of major arcana, Wheel of Fortune. Again, this is for Aries and new relationships. We have the King of Cups. You see, they might be playing games in this Five of Swords, but they do want to be with you. They are interested in you, Aries. And if you're dealing with the Aries, same thing. They might be playing some mind games, but they're into you. They're into the relationship. They're into this aspect of trying to bond with somebody. Look at that. We have the Page of Cups. Something really nice here. And we have the Seven of Cups. See, again, that's somebody who has to prove it. Someone being forced to put their money where their mouth is in a relationship. But This relationship looks quite special. It looks meaningful. It looks, want to say lifelong. It might have a rough start at the beginning. For those of you in a new relationship with Aries or Aries in a new relationship, might have a rough takeoff, a bumpy takeoff at the beginning. But this looks like something really interesting for Aries. And I'm very interested because I have an Aries moon. But this is something that almost looks meant to be. Whatever this interaction is, regardless of how long it lasts, it will bring some element of personal growth to that Aries. And we were talking about a new paradigm at the beginning. This is a game changer. That's what I'm trying to say. So now let's try to get back into work and money and career. You guys, I'm sorry, I had a little bit of a scare with a thing that was crawling down my wall. Creepy crawlers. So for Aries, for work, money, career matters. For the month of August for Aries, what do we have? We have the Six of Swords. And we already said that. Just don't be surprised, Aries, or if you have an Aries who really just quits their job in the month of August because they see a better vision or a higher vision for themselves. They're following their instinct. They're following something inside of them that's saying, I deserve better. I want better. This isn't me. I can't do this anymore. It's time for me to, I don't know, take a risk, do something different. And the energy looks to be very supportive of this. I'm not telling anybody to quit their job, guys, so don't go there. But if you're inclined to do so and you've planned it somehow, it looks, you got to do what's right for you. Let's leave it there. Look at that. We have the Eight of Wands. And Aries could leave their job because they have another offer that comes in, and it's not like they're jumping out of the frying pan into the fire because it looks like it will be a better opportunity for their life in terms of how they feel about themselves, being happy about getting up and going to work that job and not dreading it. What else do we have? We have the Wheel of Fortune back again, guys. What we just said. Something that's meeting their life expectation or their life path. Could even be finding a new direction. They could have been happy before, but then realizing or satisfied or somehow it was just good enough. They don't want just good enough anymore. It's not just about being just good enough or having something that's just good enough. It's about Aries wanting something more for themselves. And we have the Ace of Wands. This is really beautiful for work for Aries. Whether they're walking away or whether they're staying, it's like they reach some kind of a point where they either develop or they're given this ability to be happy about what they're doing in their professional life to make money. Seven of Wands on top of the Six of Swords. It's a power position. It's the pole position. Could be that they're getting more power at work. You're like, okay, I'll give you an example. Either you're going to finally give me that promotion or I'm leaving. But they don't say it. They're not making an ultimatum. They're not making a threat. They're acting on it. So this is what's behind inside of them. But on the reality, if they're not given what's due, they're walking. King of Swords, someone who's calculated. They know exactly what they want. They know exactly what's due to them, and they're going after it and they're demanding it in the Eight of Wands. And if they don't get it, then they're going to go their merry way and find it for themselves. Seven of Cups, we already had this. We already had this Seven of Cups. And believe it or not, with the Wheel of Fortune, this is like everything is open to you. Every possibility is open to you right now, Aries. Every possibility is open to you somehow. So maybe a window with the Wheel of Fortune. It's a good window of time to make these kind of demands of other people and even of yourself, having a higher expectation in the Seven of Cups. These are expectations. And then we have the Two of Coins. It says managing the situation, managing the energy. Moving, remember we started off with that temperance and now we're ending on the Two of Pentacles. This is someone who is bending things to their will. They're manipulating things that somehow they're bending the energy to their will. This is for higher level Aries who have that ability to manipulate and bend the energy to their will. You will have a higher capability to do this in the month of August. You guys go back and listen on that reading because there were some specific key points that I can't quite pull out right now. But overall, it looks extremely positive for Aries. Let's pull one more to close out the reading. I hope you guys did like that. If you did, hit the subscribe and like it. One more for Aries for the month of August. 10 of Coins. 10 of Coins. Man. It could be because of Jupiter as well, guys. Moving direct in Sagittarius and you're a fire sign, but this is manipulating things to your will, bending things to your will, but not with aggression. This is a silk glove, iron fist moment for Aries to pull this stuff together here. Something really, really good here that I like on this table right here. For your career, work, money matters. I'm going to show you that 10 of Pentacles one more time because that's a glorious end. Look at that wolf. Somebody's coming up in the world on this one. You guys, I hope you like that reading. I'll see you back here in September. Thanks for joining. Thank you for your support. Take care. Bye-bye.